560, The Answer.
Back on the show, all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And very appropriate that we are having this next conversation right now, because this is a week where we celebrate volunteerism. And this, my next guest is the state chair for the Illinois ESGR. ESGR is the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserves. And I can speak firsthand about the incredible work of the ESGR as both an officer in the Army Reserves as well as a volunteer for the ESGR. You know, this organization is doing amazing things. Welcome, Laurie, to the program.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So, Laurie, you have been involved in the ESGR for how long and why?
I've been a volunteer with Illinois ESGR for just about 6 years now. And it was my boss at my day job. I worked for the Illinois Chamber of Commerce. He was the state chair for Illinois ESGR and asked me to volunteer to help out with the annual awards conference and invited me to become a volunteer. And I guess that's where it all got started. So I started out as awards director for the first couple of years, was asked to step into the employer outreach director position. Last year, I was selected to be one of 2 employer representatives on the National Executive Board of Directors, and then was selected to become the state chair for Illinois ESGR. So I've been honored to be the state chair just about 7 months now.
Well, it's incredible. And as I said, this year, this past week, April 19th to the 25th, was designated as National Volunteer Appreciation Week. So thank you to you for all that you're doing for the 24,000 plus Guard and Reserve members in Illinois. And I know that this is a very, very unique time where we have so many folks in the Army that have been activated, not just the Army, all branches of the military, that have been activated serving in the COVID response and around the world. So, Laurie, the motto of the ESGR is "We all serve." So, Laurie, let's talk about that service and the work of the ESGR. And of course, we'll make sure that our listeners know how they can get in touch so they can hopefully step up and get involved and support the work of the 24,000 Guard and Reserve members. But Laurie, what does the ESGR do?
Well, our mission is to ensure more or less a good relationship between employers and their reserve component service member employees. So we work on both sides. We provide briefings to service members to make sure that they know about USERRA, the Uniform Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act, and also that they know the ways that they can thank their employers. Those briefings are required for every service member every year, but at a minimum, we provide those briefings when a unit is about to be deployed. And then we also work with employers to let them know about USERRA. Most employers want to do the right thing. They just sometimes need a little bit of a reminder about what is the right thing to do and what is required of them. So we teach employers mainly through events, things like briefings with the boss that we hold at military units, or taking employers up on orientation flights in military aircraft, showing them military equipment and demonstrations, basically a way of letting them see what their service member employees are doing when they are away, whether it be on annual training or away for their weekend a month, which we all know that it's a lot more than that these days, or if they're being deployed. And then we also have a group of trained ombudsmen, neutral parties that can help the employers and service members kind of determine the right way forward if an issue does come up. So those are the main 3 things that we do. But, we just want to make sure that employers know how important it is for them to treat their service members right, and also those service members, employees, how they need to thank their employers for supporting them.
Well, it's fantastic. And you guys are a great sort of bridge between the business community as well as the world of the military. And I can tell you as an officer, there's not been a single day that I have not had to do military work in the evenings, and it's we serve, and that's what we do, and we all serve, and the business community is certainly a very integral part. And Laurie, just a couple of days ago, I was sitting on a training with you, and I know that as a past awards director, you and some of the folks that have been involved for longer than I have shared that one of the things that you love most is passing along an award to an employer. So aside for the USERRA and aside for sort of being an ombudsman, you are involved in thanking businesses that do the right thing. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. The first award that we give out is a Patriot Award. That's a way for a service member employee to show appreciation to their employer, mainly for a specific manager or supervisor for what they've done to treat them well. I mean, whether it's just what is required, or if that supervisor or manager goes above and beyond, we encourage the employees to thank their companies by, nominating them for these Patriot Awards. So we do about 200 to 250 Patriot Awards a year here in Illinois. And after the Patriot Awards are given out, then we consider those employers for higher level awards. We've got the Above and Beyond Award, a Seven Seals Award, and then there are 3 Pro Patria Awards given out every year. And we do that.
That's an amazing way that the Department of Defense can thank those in the business community for going above and beyond. And even though it's the law, there's the law, and then there's really going above and beyond supporting service members that are citizen soldiers. So, Laurie, we're going to have to leave it there. I want to make sure folks can learn more. How can they get in touch with the ESGR to volunteer?
They can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Illinois ESGR, or they can reach out to our full-time staff or Kathy Kozak up at the North Riverside Armory at 309-567-6111. All
right. Thank you, Laurie. Appreciate it. We'll be back and get down to business in just a moment.
Imagine if your